r/AskReddit. What is considered socially unacceptable for no reason? Not getting someone a gift when they say that they don't want anything. I hate that. I legitimately don't want anything. Don't get me a gift. If you feel bad, get me a card. I save all my cards. My in-laws do this every Christmas. I legitimately don't want anything, so I get weird things instead. To remedy this problem this year, I told several family members to make a small donation to a local charity instead of a gift. I figured charities that help homeless people and victims of domestic violence could definitely use the money more than I could use some whiskey stones or a mug with some vaguely funny but inappropriate for work saying on it. In some places, calling in sick because it's letting down the team or whatever. Duck off. I'm sick as a dog. There's little I will accomplish other than feeling like death warmed up, so you aren't missing out on much. Plus I could spread whatever I've got to coworkers. Then we're all sick. If I am sick, you shouldn't want me at work, because then everyone else will get ducking sick and it ruins productivity in the office. The only possible reason for demanding a doctor's note is if you think for some reason I am lying about being sick, and considering I'm sick, I'm not going to get one, because duck you. I'm sick. So what makes you think I'm leaving the house for a stupid bit of paper? And to be clear, I'm not talking about you the commenter. I'm talking about bosses etc at work locations. Waking up at 11 AM or later. I'm not lazy. My responsibilities are taken care of. I stay up late and value my sleep hours. I stay up until 6 AM and wake up at 2. I'm a self-employed artist and I'm most productive at night. Even as a kid I always stayed up slept in. People assume I'm lazy but I'm not productive at all in the morning. So duck that noise. Night owls FTW. Refusing generosity. It's perfect alright to politely decline, even though others would vilify you for being ungrateful and cold. Edit. I am pleasantly surprised to learn everyone's perspectives on this. It seems to be different in other countries. The world doesn't seem so small right now. I was raised to always refuse generosity. It's crazy how it varies depending on country, family. Going out for dinner by yourself. Showing distaste for one's family in any way, shape, or form. Duck my family. Why is blood so important to some people? You shouldn't be obligated to keep toxic people in your life just because you're biologically related. Because there are a lot of fortunate people who never had to even consider the practical ramifications of what it means to have a toxic family life. So they don't comprehend just how severe that shit can get. Having fun as an adult. Fun has no expiration date. You don't suddenly no longer qualify for fun and have to live a life of watching the news and drinking coffee. People shame adults for doing fun things and that's absolute ducking bullshit. Leaving without giving an acceptable song and dance about why you are leaving. With leaving because you have basically reached your limit with socializing being not a good enough reason. People who can stand to be around other people for huge amounts of time. More power to you. But me? I can't do that. And I don't want to have to make up an excuse to do so. The Irish exit exists for a reason, my dude. My dad gets super offended when I put my elbows on the table. I still don't know why. I always thought this was a stupid rule that made dining more difficult, and therefore I tended to ignore it, depending on the setting. However, one day I put my elbows on a table that had a central pedestal instead of 4 legs, and spilled everyone's drinks. I instantly thought about how that rule makes sense, now that I know why, but I think the better rule would be, don't put your weight on the table until you are certain of its strength and stability. Skipping as an adult. It's unfortunate because it is faster than walking and much more fun than running. Be the change you want to see. I will join you. I thought about joining, but I'll just skip. Laying down in public. Edit. Out of all the replies, nobody has mentioned the way to fix this. A pillow. Simply bust out a pillow and then you get half as many weird looks. Source. Likes to lay. Context and location is key here. Are you in the middle of the street, in the park, on the grass, or on a shop floor? Yes. Running everywhere instead of walking. When I see someone running that looks like they shouldn't be, not wearing running gear, I admittedly do assume suspicion. Standing on a roof. Sometimes. Why can't I stand on my dang roof? It's my business if I break my legs. Edit. Nudity is illegal. Of course I was clothed. Also, no, they didn't think I was committing not aliveness. What's going on here? I feel like there's some deep-rooted tension between you and someone who won't let you stand on your roof. Like, do your neighbors not like it when you stand on your roof? Walking your cat. Reminds me when some old man yelled at me and wanted to call the cops because cats aren't dogs and you can't walk them. Get a goldfish, put it in a fishbowl, put the fishbowl in a wagon, walk the fish, stare old man in the eyes as you do so. Let your fish shit on his lawn and don't pick it up. Saying no. There are a ton of rules around clothing that are completely arbitrary nonsense. And I don't even just mean workplace dress codes and gendered clothing that are obvious bullshit. Even in casual situations, jeans and a flannel shirt are normal. But if you wore plaid flannel pajama pants and a denim shirt, you would look psychotic. That's just an excuse for you to go out to buy groceries in your pajamas, and I respect it. Wearing a surgical mask when you are sick to prevent giving the illness to others. It's socially acceptable in Japan. It's even encouraged. 40+ male at a playground. Yes, I have no partner. Yes, that's my 6-year-old kid having a blast. No, I'm not a pedo, but thank you for your questions and passive glares. Which one's yours? I don't know yet. Just browsing. Ladies can call their friends her girlfriends, but a man, absolutely not, cannot call his friends his boyfriends. That's not fair. Let my boys hug and have feelings. Damn it. Talking about the money you make, your salary. I've talked about salary with co-workers a few times in my career. A couple times I found out I was underpaid. I asked for more money on my next review and was given what I asked. Sometimes companies overpay new hires when they are desperate for somebody good. The worst thing that can happen is their best, most experienced employees find out about it. Salary secrecy is always beneficial to the company, never to the employee. So true. Someone told me at my old company, giant food multinational, that they were told by HR that they could be terminated or written up for discussing salary. I was livid when I heard that. It's actually illegal to fire someone for that in the US. Yes, you can't get fired for that reason, but you can coincidentally get fired for no reason soon after doing that, because companies don't actually need to provide a reason for termination. Sometimes I need to adjust my dong. Apparently self-defense isn't allowed in schools. I guess I just have to accept the beating. I say it's better to take a school punishment and show the bully who's he messing with, than getting abused for the rest of the years at the school. Being honest when asked how are you? I mean, you can be honest without unpacking your whole baggage and it's still socially acceptable. How are you? A. Been better. Or, sorry man. Hope it turns up. Not drinking alcohol around others who are drinking. People don't like it. TBH, if I'm drinking with buddies, I appreciate it if one of them decides not to drink. That way if we somehow end up in a sketchy situation, or if I need help getting home or with anything in general, then there is a sober-minded person that I trust there to help me. Standing backwards in an elevator. Wearing a hood. Uncircumcised gang. Going to the movies alone. When I was abroad for a year, I went to the cinema by myself all the time. You choose the movie and the time. No compromises. You don't talk during the film anyway, so there really is no need to drag someone along. Do it. It's great. Hopping on one leg everywhere you go. Thank you. Wearing the same clothes 2 days in a row. I'm from the States and I visited Italy when I was a teenager. It was so weird to me at the time that people there wore the same clothes a few days in a row. But now I think, why not? If the clothes are dirty or smelly, they're still good to wear. Wait, that's a thing? I wear my clothes 2-3 days in a row. But then again, I live in Europe where it's cold and I almost don't sweat. Didn't know that was a thing. Saying you're not okay when someone asks how you're doing. Like, I'm sorry, my life is a mess and I decided to not lie for once. Never again will I open up even the tiniest bit. Being a virgin. 27-year virgin here. I don't give a duck unless it comes up in conversation. And the only reason I feel self-conscious is because I know I'm going to get shit for it. Men caring about skincare and getting manicures. Edit. Thanks for the award. 3. The amount of times I've been called gay for saying man I need some good facial cleanser is insurmountable. For men to carry purses. Lots of men carry a messenger bag or backpack and nobody cares. If you want a bag, get one. Let those dummies carry their stuff in their arms while you stroll along in comfort. Not answering your own door. When there's like a salesman at someone's door, they won't want to answer but they will act like no one is home and be really quiet so the person outside the door doesn't hear them. But it's your house. I could just stare at a salesman out the window as he rings my bell. Who cares? It's my house. I don't have to answer my own door. For whatever reason I deem acceptable. You came to my house, not the other way around. My neighbor also came to my house the other day, rang my doorbell, and I was trying to put my son down for a nap so I didn't go down. But then she messaged my wife and was like, "Hey, your garage is open. I can see someone is home. Why didn't you answer?" So then my wife messages me asking why I didn't answer. What the duck? For whatever reason I choose. I had a good one this time. But maybe I'm asleep. Maybe I'm taking a shower. Or a shit. Or in the backyard. Or maybe I'm scratching my nuts on the couch. Maybe duck yourself. It's my house. You took your shot to see if I'd answer and I didn't. Move on. Napping at work during my lunch break. I don't really need food in the afternoon. What I really need is a nap. Having dessert before the entree when eating at a restaurant with others. Stop messing with the natural order of things. Drinking soup, mostly referring to soup that's mostly broth cream, directly from a cup or mug and foregoing the unnecessary spoon. Will never understand it. Not having social media, or a date not having social media. It's like really you think they're hiding something compared to the posers you do have the option of stalking. Cute. Spaghetti straps not being allowed in schools. IDK about other dudes, but shoulders have never turned me on. Not wearing a bra. Duck bras. There I said IT. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content. It's free and that's a great price.